Hello everyone, today is February 15th, 2026. Welcome back to playing Fortnite until the One Piece collab happens. As always, if you have questions or suggestions, comment below and I'll respond tomorrow. So, we got One Piece chapter 1174 fully out. I guess the only thing new that I can say about it is, so people got kind of confused about the title of the chapter. I'm pretty sure it's literally just called The Strongest Thing in the World. And tons of people were like, what? Because, you know, Loki's in there, and it's like, yeah, Loki's insanely strong, but he just straight up, like, he isn't the strongest thing in the world. I mean, he might look it, but he ain't. So I think it's kind of an interesting name for the chapter, because what it actually means is the love a parent has for their child. Because about, like, so the leaks did not do it justice. About like 80% of this chapter is just the children being like, dang, this is my punishment because I was naughty, and now I'm gonna die. So, like, I'm kind of interested in how this chapter is gonna be when it gets animated, because obviously, when like 60 to 70% of the chapter was basically the kids being like, we're dead, we're so cooked, we're doomed. Like, that means most of the episode is going to need to be that as well. So I'm kind of interested in how it's going to review, because people, I feel like people are going to be a little over it. But then they just freaking smack you upside the head with Dragon Loki, like the most hyped freaking thing ever. So, I guess we'll talk about it in 2 years, because One Piece is never coming to Fortnite, and I'll be doing this series forever. So, I'll be able to talk about the episode when it gets animated in, like, November 2027. Okay, so there's where the real people were at. Hang in there, buddy. So anyways. Come on, y'all. Come on. Yeah, let me see. What episode is it gonna be? So that's another discussion piece that I completely forgot to talk about. Is I'm very curious how Elbaf's gonna be paced, because they've already stated that for 2026 at least, they will be animating 26 chapters a year. And I think that's perfectly fine. That's a perfectly good pace for what will be Elbaf Part 1 and Part 2. But for 2027, with the start of Elbaf Part 3, that's where things get a little different. Because it's actually perfectly paced that Elbaf Part 2 will end on the chapter before the flashback begins. So, there's 18, the flashback is 18 chapters long. So it becomes kind of a curious thing where, is Elbaf Part 3 only going to be 13 chapters? Or are they going to fit in those 5 extra chapters and animate the rest of the flashback. And I genuinely don't know. I don't know. I feel like they could, and they absolutely should, because the funny thing is that if you look at where it would end, it's like right before Garp and Roger fight Rocks. And that would be a brutal cliffhanger. I don't feel like they should do that. It's not like 5 extra chapters is an unreasonable amount to fit in. Um, I mean, they did it just recently with Egghead. I say recently, but it was like 2 months ago. Um, I don't know. I feel like they could do it. I feel like, especially because some of those flashback chapters are a little weak, in my opinion. Like, we could fit in a little bit more when it's just, you know, Roger and Rox being, you know, horny for the Amazonians, you know. And especially when they get to some of the fights, like there is a lot in there, and I think it would be really good if they just Elbaf Part 3 be the flashback. And then that way when we start up Elbaf Part 4, it you know, they're back to Elbaf, and they're back to what we've got going on right now in the manga. Anyways, last thing, update for today, is that I'm almost done with Daredevil on Marvel Rivals. I also realized I said champion instead of Lord yesterday. I'm not doing champion. I'm not going to level 50 because the reward is just not worth it. Not worth it for the time increase. So I'm just getting Lord on every single character. And I should be able to finish Daredevil today. So, anyways, that has been the video for February 15th, 2026. I will see y'all in the next one.